would it be beneficial in buying land and building and then renting rather than buying a property?
Building yourself.
So first buying land and then build a prop or a house on that. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I understand. Start slow, start small. If you haven't invested yet, go with a smaller property or lower volume or something what is good for you. But don't, this is a big one. Finding a land, let's talk about Munich or surrounding, super hard. Munich kind of doesn't want to expand. And if it expands, it's super expensive, super hard. And it's also very difficult to get the license to build something. That it's not that easy anymore. Look at the news, guys. I think 30% of the project developers or the ones who are building new, they got rejected or they took the licenses away. So even here, you need more money here, right? And you maybe a bigger finance, and here's way more risk than
Certainly
just.
a lot more complicated financing, yeah. So
Yeah.
if you're asking, would it be beneficial? I think the question is, what do you mean by beneficial? Could it be financially more beneficial? Can you make a lot more money in buying land, constructing something, and then renting it out or selling it? Potentially, you can make a lot more money with it
Yeah.
because there's always value being created, right? And if you create the entire value from buying land and constructing something, the more value you personally create, the more money you can make. But is it beneficial from an investment or time perspective? Because you cannot just, so if you buy land, right, you probably want to finance that. And then the bank asks you, what do you want to do with this? Because they're not going to just finance land that you do nothing with, right? Because if you have to pay them, but you don't earn anything from having land, you have to do
Exactly.
something with the land. And then they're asking, okay, what's the plan here actually? Then you say, I want to build a property on it. Then they're like, what type of property? What is it gonna cost? Who builds it and everything? And then they want to know all this type of stuff in order to see if they can actually get their money back and everything. So this, I think we're talking almost about a full-time job here, or certainly part-time job if you really want to do this professionally.
And sorry to interrupt, and also the bank will ask you, how much experience do you have?
Yeah.
Because this is more complicated. If you say, oh, I watched some YouTubes or I watched Axel
Uh,
and Vanessa, it doesn't count.
then
You
you
really,
get everything. Then
yeah, I know.
you walk out with a suitcase full of money.
Certificate. We have to do certificates for our clients, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Approved. Approved. Personal decision, but we suggest that we start small and start with the first one and see how it goes. See if it's something for you, because some people go all in and realize that was the biggest mistake.
Yeah, so without a partner, I wouldn't do this either.
Mm-mm. And even in German, sometimes we
Yeah,
German
true, true.
regulations, we don't even understand it sometimes. Okay, we kind of have to read it twice.
Just as an example, you guys know the Five Rocks people. You know
Yeah,
them
I
too,
know them.
right?
Yeah.
And we were just talking about one of their projects where they had like 2 or 3 years they were trying to get a building permit, and then the city rejected it, and they had to make changes, and then the city wanted otherwise, and then the person at the city council changed and everything. And they were like, "This is completely crazy." So, and if you don't know what you're doing here, I think this will be a very tough endeavor.